see me. No. All right, today is going to be my presentation about raising the legal age to 25. Here are my audience members. I was lucky enough today to have 4, so I'm meeting more than the regular 3. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about raising the legal drinking age from 21 to 25. Many times, people can't wait until they're 21 to start drinking, but unfortunately, this has had a lot of negative effects on society. The problem with young adults under the age of 21 who drink are that they tend to overdrink, make poor choices, drink and drive more, and later in life have more health concerns. Raising the drinking age to 25 could save thousands of lives. Neuroscience tells us that people under the age of 21 do not have the ability to make responsible choices, especially under the influence of alcohol. In 1 year, there have been 43,000 deaths, along with 189,000 emergency room visits for people under the age of 21. This also has cost the United States over $24 billion in 1 year. Getting a DUI myself at the age of 21, I know that I was not making the choices I would have made now in my 30s. I look back and can say that I have done the things that I have done would never cross my mind. Poor choices can sometimes follow you for the rest of your life. Driving the wrong way downtown next to Children's Hospital, I could have not only have killed myself, but killed a family leaving. That night changed my life for the rest of my life. Could I be sitting in a prison cell right now? 10 years older now, I look back and think of how immature and irresponsible I was. Many young adults cannot wait until they reach 21, being able to legally drink. The legal age was raised in 1984 from 18 to 21. Although most states were opposed to raising the age, but to fund highways, they had no choice. Since then, we have 5,000 deaths a year and 1,600 homicides. 300 suicides are often related to alcohol. Many of these facts have had neuroscience researching the brain and how the brain functions under the influence of alcohol. Under the maturity age of 25, think about the choices your friends, family members, maybe even yourself have made while drinking. Were you under 21, and would you make those choices now? I chose this topic because I think that many people under the age of 25 consume alcohol socially and irresponsibly. Because I could agree that the human brain is not fully developed until the age of 25. I think this would save many young lives and reduce the rate of violence, depression, and rape. Many of the points that I want to address during this topic are physical maturity. Younger than 25, the brain's nervous system is not developed. Alcohol in young adults can affect their bodies later in life. 9.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 25 have reported drinking and driving. Let's begin with underage drinking. This remains a problem with serious health and safety consequences. Should we allow for our youth and young adults to make decisions when their brains are not fully mature? Although we have laws to prevent drinking and driving, we have an extreme high rate of number of people that drink and drive between under the age of 25. Again, 9.5 billion people reported they have drove while being under the influence. This results in 5,000 deaths a year. This could be your loved ones. Alcohol has been the drug of choice in many young adults under the age of 25. Many report being dependent on alcohol. Males tend to drink more than women, but both sexes have reported making bad decisions under the influence. Alcohol in adults under the age of 25 also plays a role in riskier sexual behaviors, along with thousands of rapes. Among college students under the age of 21, there have been reported 50,000 alcohol-related rapes a year. 85% of college students say they drink alcohol on a regular basis and many times up to 5 times a week. This is affecting many college students academically and many times leading to poorer grades, college dropouts, and making bad decisions that will affect them later in life. Many studies have showed that drinking while the brain is not fully developed has consequences: failing grades, social problems, legal issues, health problems, unplanned or unwanted sexual behaviors, higher risk for suicide and homicides, and memory problems. We have talked about what type of problems, issues, and poor decisions drinking under the age could have. Now let's consider why we should raise the legal age to 25. When the brain is not fully developed, changing the legal drinking age can benefit young adults to make better choices and live healthier lives. We think that young adults at the age of 18, but science has proven that the human brain is not fully developed until 25. The part of the brain that oversees decision making is not developed sometimes even after 25. This could even be later in young men. The cortex of the brain, which controls impulses and organization, does not even start until puberty, which is only halfway developed at 21 and not fully developed until 25. Many people under the age of 25 will make choices based on impulse, excitement, or adrenaline, making choices before they think. Many times, even simple decisions would not be the same in somebody over the age of 25. Neuroscience has proved that the brain changes between 18 and 25, which gives supporting evidence that the part of the brain that controls actions, decisions, are only halfway matured at 21. Fully developing of the brain by the age of 25 does allow for choices to be clear. Peer pressure decreases as you get older and you make better choices. What alcohol does to the human brain under the age of 25. Drinking during the development period of the brain affects the neurological performance, which includes memory. It impairs the brain structure, decreasing blood flow to the brain, making functions of the brain slower. Overall, the alcohol interferes with the brain development. Heavily drinking in young adults has a huge effect on the nervous system, and this could result in long-term neurology effects. MRI studies that have been done on young adults, some who did not drink and others who were common drinkers, the MRI studies had showed that the volume enclosed in the skull was increased. The gray matter of the volume was also raised. The hypothalamic volume of the encompass a curved brain structure located in each cerebral hemisphere of the brain, which is centrally part of the learning new information and forming memories, was raised. The volume pressure was higher, making this increase the pressure in the brain. We have talked about what alcohol does to young adults' brain. Now let's consider if you wanted this to be your child. Statistics show sometimes it's too late to start making choices for your future when it comes to giving you a clear, conscious mind. Early age drinking leads to heavier drinking later in life, along with other factors such as family genes, environmental factors. Drinking at a young age can lead to alcoholism and use of other illegal drugs. Drinking before the brain is fully developed leads to not only memory, sensory issues, and other health problems later in life. Alcoholism is a huge problem in America, starting from drinking at a young age. Alcohol affects every part of the body. Studies show that starting to drink at a young age, while the body is still developing, will have profound effects on them as older adults. Drinking before the age of 25 can have a negative effect on young people. All people should be aware of the effects of drinking alcohol, even if you are older in life. My conclusion to this speech would be, the problem in America is that drinking has become part of American culture. In 1984, people raised the legal drinking age to 21, although most states were opposed to this. Raising the drinking age would not only receive highway funding, but this increased the risk that we put on our society. Drinking and driving in young adults has many consequences than it has benefits. Any one of us could be hit at any time from a drunk driver. Any one of us can be affected. Is it a homicide in our family? Is it a rape to our brothers or sisters? Are these choices that we want for our youth? Yes, we have young adults that go to war, vote, and become adults at the age of 18. But even these choices, neuroscience would argue that a person's brain is not fully developed until 25. Again, let's think about it. There's many risks with underage drinking, and the brain are not fully developed. A lot of health risk on young adults that can cause issues later in life. Let me just ask you, as my audience, is this something that's going to have you think if the next time you have somebody under the age, you have a law that can come up if you would want to pass raising the legal drinking age to 25. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.